Hey, welcome to FreightWaves Now, ladies and gentlemen, friends and neighbors. We are here on Wednesday, uptick of the cycle, the weekly cycle. It's so exciting. We've got all kinds of experts in-house. Of course, Chief Meteorologist Nick Austin going to give us the weather. We've got Mike O'Brien giving us some intermodal. What is happening with capacity on either side of the ocean? Like on each coast, is it the same? Is it different? Tune in right here and find out. And also, Anthony Smith, our market expert, economic guy, is going to tell us what is going on with the ISM data and what is it telling us with the February numbers about the economic outlook right now. So come on, let's go over here and look at this huge map with Nick Austin.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, man.
As you mentioned, we have a developing situation.
An exploding.
And it's now exploding.
Situation, yes, indeed.
Across parts of the country. It's a major blizzard. One reason why it's major is because it's April, it's springtime, and even though, some parts of the country, of course, still get winter weather even in April, for April and for early spring, this is going to be a high impact blizzard right here. So we're talking about some areas that were hit by that big blizzard back in March that caused all the flooding in Iowa and over into Nebraska. So from Denver up to Cheyenne, Wyoming, all the way across most of Nebraska into South Dakota, is stretching all the way as far as southern Minnesota.
Yes, they canceled the Braves-Rockies game. That was
they did.
Good. Yes,
I'm not surprised. And flights in and out of Denver International Airport being delayed and canceled as of this afternoon.
That is a major snowstorm for April the 10th.
It really is. It's big time for April. Not just the heavy snow, because many areas across that region where the blizzard's going to hit, and this is not just today and tonight, this is a 2-day event by the time it's basically out of the Midwest region. Yeah.
What do you do? What do you do if you're a carrier or a driver?
Well, as far as I know, you have two choices. You either are going to have to reroute your drivers way down to the south, which of course will take extra time and extra miles, and time is money, or you just have to wait out the storm. Even after the storm is gone, there's still going to be minor disruptions for a while because there could be some power outages in some areas, still roadblocks in areas where the snow doesn't melt. Talking about 1 to 2 feet of snow for a lot of places in that region.
But the freight show must go on,
The freight show must go on, that's right. It could even affect some rails through parts of the West as well, and it may even, just in a minor way, slow down production at some oil refineries in eastern Colorado and eastern Wyoming and up in Minnesota as well. Most likely because people just won't be able to get to work. It's not necessarily that it's really going to necessarily damage the, the facilities, but it's just a huge storm stretching for hundreds of miles. And on the warmer side of the storm, on the southern side of the storm, yes, today and possibly tomorrow, there could be severe thunderstorms with heavy rain in Omaha and western Iowa, places that had the historic flooding from the storm less than a month ago. So you got two sides of the storm, and it's just going to be bad news. Definitely do not want to be driving through this storm in the next couple of days.
Thank you, Nick. Be safe out there. It is just the hits just keep on coming. And now, Mike O'Brien, market expert, about intermodal, will tell us what is going on.
What's going on is we're looking at month end, quarter end as it wrapped up. We're looking at a couple markets, an East Coast market, which is a heavy intermodal truck market, as well as a port. And then we're going to also look at a West Coast market as kind of a stress test to what's actually going on. As you see in this particular market, total volume is up 26% year over year. Intermodal is flat, but the interesting thing is tender rejections keep falling. So plenty of capacity in the market year over year. We hear Zach reporting capacity's been added. So if you're a shipper, you're feeling pretty good about things this year in this market.
Tell us briefly what you've got pulled up. You've got the outbound tender volume index for Savannah, and you're cross-comparing it with, tender rejections and...
intermodal containers.
Oh, right, okay.
So even though the volume's up, rejections are way down, freight's getting moved, freight's getting accepted. If you're a shipper, you're feeling good about things.
Okay.
The next market
remains the same.
Just to compare, we'll do East Coast versus West Coast, just to get a good barometer for what's going on. This is Los Angeles. Similar situation. Capacity or tender volume way up. Intermodal relatively flat. They still have a lot of capacity to give. Carriers are accepting their freight. So once again, if you're a shipper, year over year, where tender rejects were crazy, year over year, you're feeling pretty good about things.
So coast to coast, it's looking the same in terms of the opportunity for carriers to move lots of things, and shippers are happy.
Capacity's out there.
Abundant. The song is so far remaining the same. Thank you, Mike O'Brien. That tells us what is going on with Intermodal. It seems that the song is remaining the same in a lot of ways, and we'll see if seasonality may make a few adjustments with that. Now we're going to talk with market expert, one of our economists, Anthony Smith. Tell us what is happening right now, man.
So what's going on is that the U.S. Census Bureau recently released new data for durable goods and new orders overall. And what we've seen from the Census Bureau data, because of the government shutdown earlier this year, it's only through February. So we only have data through February, and right now the new orders are not painting a positive picture. What we have pulled up here is the ISM Manufacturing New Orders Index. And we see that it's been a steady decline over the last few months. And recently we had an uptick through March. So although we have some less than desirable results for new orders and manufacturing overall, there is some positive news here for that uptick in March, that rise in March, especially in the midst of so much deceleration over the last few months here. So right now the outlook for manufacturing is a little bit mixed, and we're going to see if new orders that's released by the U.S. Census Bureau is going to reflect what we're seeing in the ISM data.
So, okay, so this was delayed because of the government shutdown. When do you think that we should expect to see the March numbers?
We should see the March numbers next month, because right now we have data through February, but really—
And February was a little down.
February was down, and we saw a lot of decline coming from non-durable goods, and a bit of a rise in support from non-durable goods, new orders. So it's a bit of a mixed bag here, but really what is really going to be important is the health of the overall U.S. consumer. There are going to be a few factors that help boost the manufacturing sector overall, and that's really going to help out the freight industry as a whole when we're looking at moving goods and transportation of those things.
Thank you for that overview of the analysis of what is happening right now. It's a little outdated. We are all about what is happening right now, but you can only go with the data that is available to you right now. So that's a lay of the land for what is happening with weather, with intermodal volumes still very high, capacity abundant, and a little bit of a mixed bag in terms of what we're seeing from the ISM data. Thanks for tuning in here on FreightWaves Now. Tip of the week to you here of the weekly cycle on Wednesday. We are coming live to you each and every day at 4 o'clock, my favorite time. Check us out on social media, Twitter, if you're hip and cool, Instagram, if you're just a pro, LinkedIn. Also, now please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would love to see you more often, so check us out. In the meantime, don't worry, be happy.